Hi, and welcome to Dad's Divorce Live. I'm Rick Ortiz for DadsDivorce.com. Today, we're speaking with Andy Williams of EVDense Corporation, and we're going to talk about the EVDense Digital Diary. As you know, DadsDivorce.com always recommends that our fathers who are going through divorce keep good records and diaries and records of any spending that you're doing, any expenses as far as the kids go and things like that on throughout your divorce and even after your divorce, pertaining to anything pertaining to child support or really anything at all that relates to your relationship to your kids or to your spouse or ex-spouse. So EVDense Corporation provides the EVDense Digital Diary. It's a new product that they've just come out with. They even have an iPhone app to make it easier for you to access. And today we're talking to Andy Williams about that. And Andy, I want to welcome you to DadsDivorce.com.
Thanks, Rick.
If you would, Andy, could you give us a little introduction about your company, EVDense, and also about the digital diary that you guys have just come out with?
Certainly. I'd like to start off by saying that marriage is about empathy, a caring relationship. But when faced with a divorce, facts count and love walks. There are three things important to winning one of the greatest battles of your life. Number one, court presentable facts, evidence that has not been manipulated. Number two, chronological documentation. Your attorney will request all your evidence be organized in a chronological order, which is not easy to do. Number three, credibility of evidence. Evidence captured when it happens, what you see, hear, and feel, so that it's real, because the longer you wait, the effectiveness of this evidence diminishes. Let me give you a typical example of what we hear every day from our users. You're at your agreed-upon Starbucks location to pick up or drop off the kids. Every other Saturday morning, your ex is scheduled to pick up the kids at 11 a.m. You look at your watch, it's 11:35 a.m. and she is late again. This is the fourth time in a row your ex has been late. So what do? You pull out your pocket journal and write in it? You grab your cell phone and send an email to yourself with this fact? Or you grab your iPhone and log into your EVDense Digital Diary account and then take a picture of you and the kids at the Starbucks and press send. Create a voice memo stating the fact that she's late again. Press send. Voila. Your evidence has been time-stamped and stored into your account. There's no more he said, she said debate about the facts. And by the way, we also give an option to capture your GPS coordinates so that the picture and the voice memo proves your location. Remember, when you face a divorce, facts count and love walks. And there are three things important to winning one of the greatest battles of your life. Number one, court presentable facts. Number two, chronological documentation. Have to be organized. Number three, credibility of evidence. That's key. Don't forget.
That's impressive. I mean, that's a great way to capture the available technology that's out there right now, and pull it all together and make it accessible to the people who really need to use it. I mean, that's a pretty good example of how this evidence could be used and stored. So tell us a little bit about the digital diary program itself, and how is it that an interested party can obtain the ability to use this?
Okay, EVDense Digital Diary, it's a secure and very easy to use online digital diary for any type of electronic files. These files include emails, photos, documents like Word, PDF, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. As well, you can store any other types of files, such as voicemails, audio, or video.
Right.
With an internet connection and an internet browser, you can access your EVDense Digital Diary account at any time.
And I think, you know, just based on some of the accessibility features that you've explained to us, I can see what some of the reasons might be for my next question. But what are the other benefits of using EVDense to store all these various forms of information, as opposed to just using your home computer or something. I'm sure a lot of guys are saying, well, I can save voice files and I can save photos and all those things right there on my home computer.
Yeah, you can store your files on your computer or with other services,
Right.
but your computer will not timestamp and organize your files in a chronological order. And we also serve as a trusted third party. We hold your evidence in escrow. So your files are court ready, and you no longer have to worry about your spouse claiming your electronic evidence has been photoshopped or manipulated in any way, because it is very easy to alter or change electronic information.
Sure.
Also, we'll be adding features and functionality specifically to help our users win their legal battles with electronic evidence, whereas most of the other services out there that you could store your information with, they're not specifically looking at your information as evidence.
So when a client comes to your company, they're dealing with people who not only know how to store it, but they understand how it's going to be admitted, if it's admitted at all in the courtroom.
Correct.
Okay, good. So tell us, let's talk a little bit more about some of the features of the digital diary, because on DadsDivorce.com we always recommend that our visitors document everything that pertains to their case, and and to their children and to expenses and things like that. So we already preach that it's important to have good documentation. So tell us a little bit more about the digital diary and how that'll help.
Well, one of the things that we provide is our unique visual timeline. That allows you to display all your files in a chronological format, so you can actually see things on a time frame, which is easy to identify patterns, or if you need to kind of go back and take a look at some files that you knew you entered at a specific time, it makes it very easy to do that rather than trying to dig through a list and find some old file. Mm-hmm. We certify your files so you can prove that your file has never been changed or altered in any way since you stored them with the EVDense Digital Diary, and we validate those files to let the opposing party compare or check any file to determine if it has been manipulated in any way. You can add comments to your files, so you can add additional notes at any time to use whenever you may need to add comments to a file to help you validate that as evidence. You can also tag your files. You can add labels to your files just to make it easier to sort, to view, and to find your files when needed. I want to let everybody know that we're currently in a beta version, and the service right now is free, and you get up to 500 megabytes of storage at www.evdense.com. That's www.evdense.com. And when signing up, mention that you heard about us from Dad's Divorce. If you have any additional questions about the EVDense Digital Diary, don't hesitate to contact us.
Thank you for being here, Andy. And I want to remind our visitors that we spoke to Andy Williams. He is with the EVDense Corporation. They provide the EVDense Digital Diary and the accompanying iPhone app that goes with that. For all our visitors, we want to remind you also that the full version of this podcast is available on our site. If you go to the podcast link, and then you'll be able to download the audio version, listen to it later, or save it. We want to thank Andy for being here, Andy Williams of EVDense Corporation, and we want to thank you for coming to DadsDivorce.com. For Dad's Divorce, I'm Rick Ortiz. Thank you.
Broken pipe, broken too. People been